Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane's coach were involved in a tense confrontation in Paris just ahead of their press conference.
No, but listen, from our perspective, that's what happened genuinely.
Oh, listen, I swear to God, I'm the agent. And I was asking a journalist from Arena one year, talk with Enter, talk with Dana. Never they has mentioned your name or any fan before Manchester. That's the first time July.
But you have to understand, for us, they did mention Cyril's name before. Maybe not to you, but to us.
No. Mention is like, do you want to fight him? They will never even mention to me, I swear. Like, I can talk with any one of them.
I believe
so Cyril was like, this is, I don't understand.
No,
this
I
guy
got
looks so good with me.
I'm only saying
I don't understand what
from my perspective, it's the truth. From your perspective, it might be different.
Okay.
But I'm just saying my truth. I would never make it up and be like, oh, he's a pussy or whatever. I wouldn't do that. I'm saying the truth from our perspective.
No, it makes sense for me.
Yeah, of course. I'm never going to start making up some lies. But from our perspective, we got offered it before Manchester, and then again in Manchester, and that's what I know.
No, don't worry about it. It's like you. You like to fight.
Yes.
I mean,
we love it. We're going to fight, and it's going to be good.
I told you
Cyril's a good guy. I wouldn't say it for no reason. We're here to fight, man. We're going to fight, and it's going to be good. But I didn't want you thinking like I just made it up to say something to the media or make it out like you guys look bad. That's genuinely what happened for us. So we're just saying the truth.
I believe you guys.
You're telling
thank you.
Joking. I've got a sore neck, tattoos.
I got a tattoo myself.
The MMA world is buzzing over the incident. This wasn't some scripted back and forth for the cameras. It was genuine hostility. The tension makes it clear that there's absolutely no love lost between Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gane's entire camp.
How do you think he does against Tom?
To be honest, I think we are gonna finally have our first French UFC champ.
Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gane. Guys, are you excited for that? Are you looking forward to that, or is that a necessary evil for the division? And I'm asking you just objectively, right? I have a job. And my job is to help you to have anticipation. There is one word that keeps the lights on in this industry. And you're told that word is finish. You're told that word is excitement. It's not. You're told it's great fights. You're told it's highlight reels that'll get broken off and put on SportsCenter. Wrong, wrong, and wrong. When the fight is done, there is no commerce. There's no t-shirt to sell. There's no ticket to sell. There's no pay-per-view. There's no popcorn. There's no beer. You can't even charge a guy for pulling in and using your parking lot. It has to be done prior to. So the one word that keeps the lights on in this business is one word that you've never been told, but that word is anticipation. If you remove anticipation, you remove the audience and you remove the money. My job is to help you to know why you should anticipate something, to help to tell you the story of why are we here, and most importantly, how did we get here? If there's ever a fight and the outcome is what difference does it make, you have a problem. Now, of 776 athletes under contract, only 6 of them understand this contract. The other 770, what difference does it make?
For months, Tom Aspinall has insisted that Cyril Gane has avoided him on several occasions. Aspinall claims there were at least 2, possibly even 3, different times when a fight was nearly finalized, only for Gane to either withdraw or turn it down.
Obviously, you've defended your interim title once already. Do you feel like this is your second title defense, or is the interim belt and the actual belt different for you?
To be honest, I don't really care about belts and stuff. I just care about my next fight. Cyril's my next fight. He's the guy I'm focused on. This fight's been simmering for a long time, do you know what I mean? We both got in the UFC around the same time. We've been talking about this fight for a long time, so I'm just ready to fight this guy already and take him out.
Cyril Gane's calling you out, says he wants to fight.
Oh, that's interesting. After I just called him out, went to France and he turned the fight down.
Any interest?
I think he should fight Almeida. I think them guys should fight each other first and see what happens there.
Cyril tweeted that he thinks you should be careful what you wish for. He'll see you in Paris. How do you think you match up against Cyril?
I better be careful, apparently. Yeah. I think I match up pretty well against him. I think I'm equally as fast as him. I move equally as well. The difference is I can grapple. I've got a lot of power. And I think that's pretty undeniable at this stage of my career. I've got a lot of knockouts on my record, mate. I have to touch you once, and I wasn't even throwing heavy tonight. I thought it was going to be a 5-rounder. I didn't mean to knock him out. I was pretty sure that was going to be a 5-round fight tonight, and just takes one shot, mate, at heavyweight, especially with me throwing him.
The easy thing would be to try to take Cyril to the ground. Is it obviously going to be the game plan, or are you going to try to strike with Cyril?
I think if I hit anybody, I can knock anybody out. And I think that Cyril is no exception, but obviously there are some weaknesses in his ground game that we've seen. I'm sure he's improved. I'm sure we'll both be ready for anything.
Finally, we're back after over a year hiatus. Me and Cyril finally signed on the dotted line. This is the 4th time we've been matched up together. He turned down the fight early on before we were both in the rankings. After that, he fought Spivak. I said in a post-fight interview after I beat Tabora,
I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to be sat front row to Cyril Gane against Sergey Spivak. I'm going to beat the winner, and then I'm going to beat John Jones.
I went to Paris. Cyril, fortunately, turned down the fight on a second occasion. Third occasion, I fought Curtis Blades. The original opponent was Cyril Gane. Unfortunately, Cyril Gane was busy that day. Cyril was filming his Netflix series. Can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure you can check it out now on Netflix. And now we are matched up for the 25th of October, Abu Dhabi. Me and Cyril. The 4th attempt is here, and this is Cyril's 3rd title shot. So we are going to try and get rid of Cyril Gane from the title picture for good.
Aspinall believes Gane deliberately avoided him, even suggesting that the heavyweight division was held back because of it. But Gane's coach strongly disagrees, dismissing the claims as false. He insists there were never any real offers on the table and accuses Aspinall of creating a narrative to make Gane look weak. Before the press conference even started, tensions boiled over. Heated words were exchanged, voices rose, and the confrontation was anything but friendly. The MMA community is now divided. Many fans side with Aspinall, pointing to Gane's history of avoiding high-risk matchups and his struggles on the ground. They argue that his quick loss to John Jones exposed his grappling flaws and perhaps made him hesitant to face dangerous wrestlers. On the other side, Gane supporters defend him, claiming Aspinall is exaggerating the situation to play the victim. In their eyes, no official contract were ever in place, and the accusations are nothing more than hype. This back and forth has fueled a rivalry, with Aspinall being touted as a future of the heavyweight division. His speed, technical boxing, and elite grappling have even led analysts like Joe Rogan and Michael Bisping to call him one of the most complete heavyweights the sport has ever seen.
It's not a conversation. Tom should be able to take him down if he chooses to. So if Cyril Gane isn't training in Dagestan for 2-3 months, years, days, weeks,
or Arkansas.
Or Arkansas, brother.
Yeah, he's just go down there with brass.
Get up there with brass. If he's not just solely working on his grappling, then he's a fool. Yeah. And by the way, Tom's probably got bigger power. Tom might just knock him out on his feet as well. And I'm not saying that Cyril can't be a force and Cyril can't compete and Cyril can't surprise us all, because he can. And Tom knows that. That's why he'll train accordingly. But the grappling is a big question mark.
Big question mark. And I think if we're talking about their styles too, I think the one thing that you can give Cyril, other than maybe his unorthodox movement, the way he switches stances quite a bit, he kicks more, he uses a bit more tools, whereas Tom can kick, he can do it all, no doubt about it. He can knee and all of that. But I think that primarily the hands are where Tom really showcases him.
It's almost an unfair comparison, right? When we talk about pressure versus pressure, everybody's under tremendous pressure. But I guess when you kind of look at it from not just pressure, but potential legacy and career and what's on the line, I think it's hard to not go with Tom Aspinall because the heavyweight division is on the line. If Gane goes in and beats him, no disrespect to Gane, love the guy, the heavyweight division loses a lot of respect. Even if Tom goes out there and it's a close fight or he gets dropped and then has to come back or something, like, the heavyweight division has so little respect right now, probably deservedly so, I think. You know, with Gane getting his 3rd title shot in a couple years, like Tom has to show that he is the heavyweight division. You know, he has to prove that to the world. Like, I am, you know, the heavyweight division's not just shit, but like, I'm so good that the heavyweight division is shit, right? This is kind of his thing that he has to go out there and prove to the world. And if he goes out there and loses to Gane, you know, the division already is not respected. That brings Tom down significantly, I think, right? And of course, you know, the potential John Jones fight, which is whatever, who knows, right? Like, how he beats Gane, assuming he does, may play a factor too. Like, if it turns out to be a close fight, again, John's gonna be on his phone with Twitter open watching this fight, like just waiting for Tom to buck up and get dropped, get late kicked and limping a little bit, or, you know what I mean? John can't wait for that moment.
Here's a question with Aspinall. What happens with Aspinall in the second round? You want to talk about a guy who sprints.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a guy who's fast. One of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fate in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. He beat everybody else's ass too. All the other heavyweights, ragdoll dudes way bigger than him. He's just a freak, and he is again the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest striker in all of MMA, and he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's extraordinary. And that's something you have to deal with. Like, that is a crazy ability. Like, his ability to move, like the way he moves, is so much different than everybody else in the sport. He moves like a 175 pounder. He doesn't move like a 250 pound guy. Look how quickly he closes the distance, man. His hand speed and full range of skills. Incredible stand-up, knocks guys out with one punch, black belt in jiu-jitsu, really good wrestler. His everything, and he's young.
So what's your prediction if it happens?
It's hard to bet against John.
But Cyril Gane is no easy opponent. His striking, fluid movement, and ability to break opponents down from a distance are exactly what make him such a dangerous threat.
Also, for Cyril Gane's performance against Tai Tuivasa, it's like, God damn, Cyril Gane. And Cyril Gane does a lot of shit that's very unusual. Like, first of all, he stands totally sideways, and he does like a twisting kick with his front leg to throw a front kick. You know how he does that?
Yeah.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Like, he stands totally sideways, and he like twists his leg in. He doesn't stick it up and stab it forward. He like twists it and go in.
The one he was landing to that front to the body.
God,
that was great.
Dude,
Tai is so tough.
He's so tough. Tai is so tough. That was a crazy ass fight, and that was a perfect fight to like showcase what Cyril Gane's capable of, because his movement, the fluidity of his combinations. I mean, the guy moves like a middleweight.
Yeah.
He's 240 plus pounds. But I mean, Cyril Gane, who's 6'5", 247 pounds, moves like 170 pounder. It's crazy. He's bouncing like Wonder Boy, like bouncing like this the entire fight, bouncing, throwing feints, like completely changed the standard of heavyweight striking. And I'm not exaggerating. I watched it 3 times. I watched it today. In fact, I watched it in the gym today while I was working out.
So better than like in Gane in terms of movement, in terms of he's like the best moving heavyweight.
There's no question he is the best moving heavyweight I've ever seen. No question.
He's dismissed me on multiple occasions, and I'm not the first guy that he's dismissed. The reason that I got the Pavlovich fight was because Cyril didn't want it. He then ducked Curtis Blades. I just don't like the way he does stuff professionally, because that's the opposite to what I do. I'm here to prove I'm the best, not duck out of fights with people.
Even when matched against elite grapplers, questions remain about whether Gane has the mental toughness and ground defense needed to withstand someone as complete and well-rounded as Tom Aspinall.
And Tom came out. And Tom is not a hated guy anywhere. Like, Tom is just a nice guy. He's a handsome guy. His father's in his corner. Tom's got a family, which he's proud of. Like, Tom is a regular guy. He's just really good at whipping people's ass. They were booing him. And they were booing him, which was not a commentary on Tom. I think it hurt his feelings a little bit. I think it did affect Tom, but Tom misunderstood. They weren't booing him. booing him was their way of cheering for Cyril. Cyril is a very big deal in French MMA, and Cyril checks a lot of the same boxes that Tom does. He's a very handsome guy. He's a very successful guy. From all accounts, he treats people appropriately. And what would happen if Cyril wins? That's really the problem with this fight. And I'm curious if that risk is big enough to take. I mean, if Cyril gets the jump on Tom, Monday morning does not come out that Cyril Gane is the greatest heavyweight in the world. Monday morning headlines will recognize that Jon Jones is the greatest heavyweight in the world. And it will be a very peculiar spot of if Jon raises his hand and is willing to come back. Will they put him in there with Cyril? From a sporting aspect, we don't need to see that fight.
The altercation in Paris has only intensified the rivalry. Now, it's no longer just about who wins in October. It's about pride, respect, and who's telling the truth. Did Cyril Gane really avoid Tom Aspinall multiple times? Was Aspinall pushing a narrative to get inside his head? The fact that tempers flared even before the press conference began shows just how much bad blood is brewing between them. This fight could reshape the entire heavyweight division. If Aspinall comes out on top, he establishes himself as a clear dominant force, clearing yet another contender and moving closer to ruling the division outright. But if Gane secures a victory, he redeems himself, shuts down the accusations of ducking, and proves he's far more than the fighter who was steamrolled by Jon Jones.
And then I had his head coach, Fernand Lopez, on the program. And, it was all going kind of well. And then it started to get a little spicy on his part, where he said that your talk has been annoying, that you've been whining, that it's not true, that you guys weren't in talks to fight, 3-4 times in the past. Did you see any of these comments, and did you have any sort of response to them?
Well, somebody told me about them. I didn't see them. I'm trying to try and stay off social media when I've got a fight coming up, so I'm not like reading through all the time. And my response to him is, with all due respect, I respect coaches so much, especially really high-level coaches. But with all due respect, like, his opinion is quite irrelevant to the situation. Like, I'm just telling the facts from what I know and my point of view. I'm not trying to get under anyone's skin or anything like that. Like, that's the reality that I lived. But irrelevant to what happened or didn't happen, like, that's in the past, and we're fighting each other now. We're fighting each other in October, so irrelevant to what anybody says, who's annoyed and who isn't annoyed, and whose feelings are hurt and whose feelings aren't hurt. We're going to fight each other and settle it regardless, so it's pretty irrelevant with all due respect.
One thing that I thought was really interesting, and I don't know if he was trying to play mind games, but he said there's never been more pressure on anyone than the pressure that will be on you come October 25th, because of all the talk over the past year of you being the real champ and Jon Jones ducking and all that. You have to sort of validate all of this with a dominant win. What do you make of that statement?
That's great, because I fight really, really, really well under pressure. There's a couple of types of guys. I've been around martial arts for my whole life, near enough at this point. And there's the guys who I've trained with, from my experience, who in the gym are absolute killers, absolute world beaters. And they'll get in a fight and they'll just freeze up, and it doesn't work like it does in the gym. They fight way worse. And there's other guys like myself who are not that good in the gym, but get under the lights, get under the pressure with all the chips on the table, and they get in there and do things that they would never be able to do in the gym. And that is exactly what I do, and I feel like that's one of my biggest strengths. So anytime there's pressure on me, that's when I've done my...
It is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Wigan, the one and only Tommy Aspinall. Tommy Aspinall, Tommy Aspinall, Tommy, defending his undisputed gold, technically for the very first time, against the pride of France, the French Prince himself, Bon Gamin himself, the one and only Cyril Gane. These two have been going back and forth for the better part of 2, maybe 3 years. Well, this was the fight that we all thought was going to happen in Tom's official first title defense, and so it is in fact going to happen. Tom wanted to fight in Abu Dhabi. That was the sense that we got when he became undisputed champion. He didn't want to wait for New York. Let's be honest, the tax is a little better over there in Abu Dhabi compared to New York for an Englishman, for anyone, if we're being 100% honest. And so he wanted to be active. He wanted to fight in October. He wanted to fight in Abu Dhabi. It's closer to home, and so they oblige. And you'll recall a few weeks ago I said it's looking like Magomed and Alex, October 4th. It's looking like Tom versus Cyril, October 25th. And it's looking like JDM versus Islam in New York. That would be the next pay-per-view. Now, that hasn't been officially announced. That hasn't been signed, sealed, and delivered. But at this point, I would be surprised, considering how the chips just fell earlier today. I would be surprised if it doesn't play out that way.
The MMA world can't stop buzzing about this fight. Some analysts predict that Aspinall's speed and grappling will overwhelm Gane, leading to a quick finish once the fight hits the mat. Others counter that Gane's elite footwork and striking are on another level, and that Aspinall won't be able to walk through him the way he has against past opponents. The debate is everywhere, on podcasts, fan forums, and across social media. But here's the bottom line. Tom Aspinall says it's done with the talk, while Gane's coach insists it's all fabrication. Come October, there will be no more excuses. The truth will be decided inside the octagon,